Hello and welcome back to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. I'm here joined with Jeff Nelson, a local singer-songwriter from New Jersey. Jeff, why don't you tell us a little about yourself? For example, what got you into music performing?
So my background's pretty much around like high school. I joined the band and I was mainly just guitar, but I didn't really start getting to singing until senior year of high school. And that's when I really started getting to it. And I would just, sing all the time. And then I eventually, went into the studio, uh, made some covers because I wasn't experienced at all with the songwriting. But so after that, I just kept doing it, and then eventually I started writing my own songs, and that's basically it. It wasn't much of an interesting background, but that's what
Right.
happened.
Yeah. But I know, I worked with you in a few high school plays. Do you
Mhm.
think that helped you, not only further your interest, but also, hone in your singing ability?
Yeah, definitely. I think the play was a big part of it because I feel like if I didn't join the play, I wouldn't be as into, or I wouldn't have practiced singing as much because during the play I had to practice a decent amount. So it kind of helped me. Although I feel like pop and some of rock are more the genres I enjoy singing the most and producing the most. Um, the Broadway style actually did help a lot more because it was more in depth, I feel.
Right. Okay. So even though you like pop and rock, Broadway really helped that overall
Yeah,
ability.
it definitely helped, and it kind of like broadened my horizons in a way because now I was introduced to that side of it all, and
Right. Yeah.
it helped a lot.
Oh, that's good. So now that you're recording actual songs like in studio, you've actually put out an album of covers and uh, three singles at this point, right?
Three right now and one unreleased.
One unreleased. I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
But so what was it like? Because you never really know how bands or singers get from starting off to getting into the studio. Because obviously you can't just waltz right into, I don't know, a big record company. But you can't just waltz right in and say, I'm going to use this now for about an hour. I'll give
Mhm.
you what I come out. So where did your journey take you from saying, I want to do this to finally being able to record in a studio?
So I started the first studio I went to was actually called DLM Recording Studio, and that was in Highland Park, and that's where I recorded the covers and all of the original songs. Actually, everything I did, I recorded there. And just recently, they changed their name to Mount Moon. They DLM still exists, but some of the people there separated and created their own company called Mount Moon. But I just, when I was like singing and I started to get more practice in, I was like, I kind of want to. Uh, I've seen all these people when I was watching YouTube, all these artists and everything, and they were coming back with studio suggestions. So I was like, you know what, why don't I give it a shot? So decided to do a local studio, and at the time it was pretty good prices, and it still is now. I mean, I recommend it for anyone who wants to, but uh, yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, I started from the covers. I went there, recorded it, and I realized how much I liked it. The funny thing is, after I doing some of that, I've heard from other artists, friends of mine. They were saying how they weren't as much of a fan in the studio. I was singing live because in the studio they felt more like they felt uncomfortable in like singing in a closed environment. And I'm actually quite the opposite. I mean, I love singing in the studio, and I feel like I can sing better because I'm alone and I'm not like worrying about anything else,
Right.
and it's all kind of like enclosed. So yeah,
You don't have that feeling of people actually watching you.
yeah. You only got the engineer watching.
Yeah, that's true.
um, but yeah.
So now, how did you? Because I know you said you went to the studio to record your covers album and everything else, but how did you find them? Did you get a certain person to help you, or did you just look it up online? How would one find a studio to record at?
I believe I actually looked it up. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I looked it up. I was looking up studios when I was kind of getting into it. I just did, the Google search.
Yeah.
I typed in, studios around me, and then I was looking for. I guess I tried not to judge too much on the cover, but I wanted to see what was more of like I was comfortable with. Like I didn't want to go for one that was in someone's home because I would, I don't know how it would be, but I decided to. The one I found, DLM, was actually originally in a home, but then when I found it, it was actually in like in a separate building. So I was like, okay, I'll try this out, and it's fairly close with fairly decent prices. So I mean, why not? I'll give it a shot. And after the first time, the only worker there was the owner, and that was he was pretty good. And then the next time I went, he hired more people, and then it became better. So I guess I kind of got lucky in a way. It was a good. I guess I made a good choice. I don't know, but yeah, I guess anyone who wants to look up studios, just do a Google search, look up the reviews, look up. I guess more about them to see if what you're getting into is worth
Right.
it.
And now, can just anyone go in, look up studio, and like book an appointment? I don't know, like the way to do it, but like, can you just decide today, tomorrow, I'm gonna go if they're available, and just book an appointment, or do you need like to show them something to be like, hey, this is what I've done. Can you allow me to use your facilities?
For just going and recording on your own, like as an individual label to yourself, I guess, you don't need to show them anything. It's just more of like, if you're going to give them money, they'll let you.
That's fair.
Yeah, in a way. I know some of the bigger record companies, I think if you pay their prices, they'll let you use it. I mean, I don't think it's like strictly for their signed members, but to be signed by a record label, you need to show them and they need to like kind of scout you out. But
Right. Yeah.
more of, I guess, per se, going there to record some of your stuff separate from them in a way.
Right.
I don't
Okay.
think you need to show them anything. You just got to pay.
Well, that's pretty cool. You said you've worked on a full album and then three singles and then one unreleased run. Was that one recorded pre-quarantine or kind of like during this whole thing?
I, I honestly have to say it's literally the last couple of days before quarantine.
Oh, so
And
you just lucked out right there.
well, actually, I sort of lucked out and I didn't luck out because we literally had to do the background vocals and like one more part, and then it was like all done. But we were supposed to go on like, let's just say for example, like we recorded on Wednesday and then we were going to go back Friday, and then it's the Thursday before the Friday, and the person that I was recording it with, she was like, "Oh, I don't think we can. I got something that came up," and I was like, "Okay, it's all right. We'll find another day." And then we got all sent home.
Oh, so you were
From
just almost done and then it,
almost done, yes. And I mean, it wasn't her fault in any way. I mean,
right.
it was just pure uh, being unlucky. But yeah, I mean, I was glad that we got a majority of it done because then it I mean, we didn't have much to finish, but I actually recorded it all at Drexel, where I go, and then I finished the last thing that I added in at the recording studio I was just mentioning, the Mount Moon one.
Right.
And yeah, right now in the process, it's as we speak, it's being mixed and mastered, so it should be really soon, hopefully.
That's cool. So now, just so since you've mentioned it, you go to Drexel, as you've said, correct?
Yes.
So are you a music major there, or what are you there to study?
I'm there for animation and visual effects.
And you are in your second or third year. I can't remember.
Going into my third year, yeah. As we start the fall, I'll be in
Yeah,
third
because I know they work on a different schedule than like here at Montclair would.
Yeah, they do like the trimesters and
Right.
yeah.
So, I mean, you pretty much answered my other question. How does quarantine affect your performance? Clearly, it cut you off right before you were done.
I mean, I might add that it wasn't actually, it didn't affect me entirely that much. Aside from that one part with that song, aside from that, I've been able to practice in my room. Thankfully, I do have a mic, though. If I didn't, then it would
That
affect
way,
me a lot more. Yeah. But I've been actually, it's kind of helped me in a way because I've been trying to teach myself how to do like the producing side of things. And now, at least if I want to record something that I have in my head, I could just kind of do it real quick and have it put aside for when I want to show it at the studio or whatever.
Yeah, like you think of a demo, just pull it out. It's like, hey, this is what I worked on in the last 6 months. I've been locked in my house.
Exactly. Yep. I mean, I'm not as experienced with recording the music on the software, but I've been focusing more on the vocals because that's mainly what I've been doing, but music is what I want to try to also figure out how to do because
Yeah.
it's good to know both.
Yeah. Have you been like writing anything in this time or just practicing vocals?
A little bit of both. I'd say since I've been focused on the new song that I've been doing, I've been practicing for practicing singing it and performing it and all that good stuff. But I'm gonna be start writing a new song soon because I don't want to go too long without releasing another one. So
Right.
I gotta get on that.
So we are almost out of time. We got like 4 or 5 minutes left. So I'm going to package these next two questions into
Okay.
one. Part A, out of all the songs you've released, covers or originals,
Mhm.
what is the favorite song? What is your most favorite song that you have put out? And part two, what artist would you like to cover any song of yours? It could be your favorite. It could be another one. And why?
All right. So the one I'm most proud of is the one that actually hasn't been released yet.
Ah.
um, but I guess if we had to choose one that was released, that's hard. Out of originals, probably my latest one, Lost on You, and out of covers, probably I Want It That Way, that featured my friend. More because the cover album that I first did in my first original song, I wasn't as experienced with singing. So looking back on it, I'm like extremely critical on myself. So I don't even want to hear it. But I know some people that like it, which is good. But now that I've more experienced and I've been practicing more, I'm definitely more proud of this new song that I'm going to put out. And my friends that I've shown, I may have shown you, but if not, I'll definitely send it to you. It's they've said that it's probably my better one. So, and I agree. I think it's pretty cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So
And
part two
yeah,
then.
I forgot to answer your part two. Part two, what artist would I want to cover my song? You know what? My honest, true answer to that would probably be any artist that wants to.
Right. Yeah, obviously.
I still have yet to have someone cover my song and post about it. So if anyone I see that does that, then I'll just be like mind blown. But I guess if we're talking about celebrity that people know, uh, let's go with the obvious answer, Shawn Mendes.
Yeah,
I
I was
guess.
gonna say
Yeah, but or Maroon 5. I like Maroon 5 too.
they'd be good.
Yeah, but that's generally it. I mean, I'm waiting for that one time, that one day where someone covers my song, because then I'll be like, yes.
Well, that's all the questions I have for you today. Thank you for joining us. If people were interested in finding out more about you, where could they look?
Probably the easiest to find me would be on Instagram at Jeff Nelson Music, or right now, I don't know if anyone even uses TikTok, but I'm pretty big on that one now too. With I have over 300,000 followers.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that's the same thing. Both Instagram and TikTok are Jeff Nelson Music, and if you want to find me on Spotify, it's just Jeff Nelson. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for coming in. Thank you for taking the time to
Thank you.
sit down and be interviewed. This has been 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair College Radio Day. Stay tuned for more.
Thank you.